living life, every day, late at night, not okay, all I want, and I pray.
The 20 best SNL skits of the 2010s. Everyone has their favorite run of Saturday Night Live, but after watching these 20 sketches, you'll understand why it's the 2010s for many viewers. 1 of 20. Close Encounter. Kate McKinnon could star in a movie where she's the only one talking about aliens in her Close Encounters character and make 100 million. Ryan Gosling and Aidy Bryant fail the entire sketch, and everyone who watched it laughed as hard as they could. 2 of 20. Meet Your Second Wife. We thought we wouldn't get any more sketches from Tina Fey and Amy Poehler after they left SNL, but they're both back as usual, giving us some really funny scenes like Meet Your Second Wife. The sketch is a prime example of the sharp comedy that both are known for. 3 out of 20. Live Report. SNL has always been good at taking a certain trait from an actor and using it as the premise for a movie, and it worked beautifully for Margot Robbie's Live Report sketch. Robbie is married to a man with nothing objectively going for her, and the newscasters are far more interested in their marriage than the natural disaster at hand. 4 out of 20. Dancing Actors Home. Back Home Ballers has become the anthem of anyone returning home for the holidays. Some of SNL's finest ladies and Cameron Diaz rapping about how they're going to use their parents over Thanksgiving weekend. It goes for a lot, and the song is catchy as hell. 5 out of 20. Actor. There's a reason Emma Stone is now a member of the Five Timers Club. Watching her play a badass actress trying to come up with a backstory for a cameo in an adult movie will always be one of the highlights of her SNL hosting career. 6 out of 20. Crab. Who knew that a sketch about lobster show songs in a diner would become a recurring sketch? At first you're not sure if you should laugh or not, but eventually, the absurdity takes over and you can't help yourself. 7 out of 20. Liza Minnelli trying to turn off the light bulb. Kristen Wiig can do no wrong comedically, and watching her pretend to be Liza Minnelli and try to turn off a light bulb so she and her friend won't be late for Cats is an out-of-the-box experience that isn't. It sounds funny from a distance, but it's just as funny in a strange way. 8 out of 20. I Just Had Sex. The Lonely Island era of SNL was undoubtedly one of the best. Andy Samberg and company tapped some of the biggest names in music at the time to create songs with funny lyrics that are strangely catchy, and I Just Had Sex is one of the best examples of the band's comedic genius. 9 out of 20. Santa Claus. Ryan Gosling should host SNL at least once per season. His performance as a grown man who still believes in Santa Claus is very disturbing. It was as if he had been waiting for this ridiculous role all his life. 10 out of 20. Bane Quirky with Zooey Deschanel. Perhaps the most underrated work on this list, Bane Quirky with Zooey Deschanel has all the makings of a great sketch. Abby Elliott stars as Zooey Deschanel as an Olsen twin, and Kristen Wiig as Bjork, an idea that was criminally underused when she was one of the cast. The whole thing is very strange in the best way. 11 of 20. Instagram Barbie. Donald Glover, who speaks the best of weirdness, sure knows how to make people uncomfortable when he wants to. In Instagram Barbie, she plays an awkward intern who tries to create an Instagram caption for Barbie's official account alongside two interns, making the task nearly impossible. The subtitles get funnier and funnier. 12 out of 20. High School Play with Emma Stone. If there's one thing SNL is going to do, it's mocking this culture. The show has done several iterations of high school drama, but the one with Emma Stone is by far the best. The writing is fantastic and the performances make you want to jump out of your skin. 13 of 20. Black Peril with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is such a good actor in every aspect that sometimes we forget that he has good comedic roles. His appearance as Dog in Black Peril is a reminder of how funny he is. 14 of 20. Haunted Elevator. Haunted Elevator is another classic example of Tom Hanks' comedic excellence. His Pumpkin David character makes any haunted house experience significantly better. We need Tom Hanks to host more Halloween episodes so we can make the most of David the Pumpkin. 15 of 20. Business Day. If Adam Driver were giving a speech as a flamboyant oil baron, we'd definitely be paying attention on Career Day. This sketch proves that sometimes the most unexpected guests make for the most memorable moments on SNL. 16 of 20. Target Lady, Meet the First Lesbian. Kristen Wiig had some of the best recurring characters of any cast member in SNL history, so it's telling that Ladybug was one of those characters. Our top 3 is saying something. Lots of Target Lady sketches could top this list, but her meeting her first lesbian is particularly great. 17 of 20. Disney Housewives. The influence the Real Housewives franchise has had on pop culture is far-reaching, and it's made it to SNL a handful of times. One of the best was the Disney Housewives sketch, where Cinderella, Rapunzel, Snow White, and more had entirely new problems beyond losing shoes and evil stepmothers. 18 of 20. Super Showcase Spokesmodels. We could watch Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph run around talking about chickens and clocks all day, and in Super Showcase Spokesmodels, we get that for about 4 minutes. They and Bill Hader break a handful of times, making the sketch much funnier. 19 of 20. The Californians. When the Californians debuted, the world stopped. An iconic recurring skit had been born. The accents, the characters, the production, it's all perfect. What makes it even better is knowing that it was born from a recurring bit the bicoastal cast members did off-screen. 20 out of 20. Outside the Lines. Had Melissa McCarthy been a cast member of SNL, she would have gone down as one of the greatest of all time. In Outside the Lines, she pretends to be an abusive coach of a low-level college basketball team, and the way she tortures her players is absurdly funny. Spoiler alert, there's a thrown toaster involved. The 20 best SNL skits of the 2010s. Everyone has their favorite run of Saturday Night Live, but after watching these 20 sketches, you'll understand why it's the 2010s for many viewers. 1 of 20. Close Encounter. Kate McKinnon could star in a movie where she's the only one talking about aliens in her Close Encounters character and make $100 million. Ryan Gosling and Aidy Bryant fail the entire sketch, and everyone who watched it laughed as hard as the
I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I